A few things before we start. I'm going to have to take these off because of reflections. And if you hear any weird buzzing or humming sounds in this video, I'm really sorry. I hate my neighbours. They just got a new fridge and it's buzzing through the house. Oh yeah, and I just got out of the shower, so wet hair. I really like used phones, and I feel like they're swept under the rug a lot because of the problems they can have. And I have to be the first to admit that they're not perfect by any sense of the word. And there are some phones on this list that you may look at in shock just because you might not think they would be ones to avoid. Anyway guys, my name is Ryan Thomas with Failtech, and these are the used phones to avoid, episode 2. Let's start off with a phone that our very own Mr. Ewan wanted to put on this list, and that is the LG G5. Now, as you look at the LG G5, you might think that this small, low price, powerhouse in terms of specs, little smartphone is actually quite good, but that's where the secret lies. It has so many hardware problems due to its bad build quality and display that make it one to avoid for a lot of people because we shouldn't have to baby our phones. Image retention is not OLED specific, and this is one phone to prove that. The G5's Quad HD IPS panel had quite a few problems with image retention in its past, and that is heaps more annoying in person than it sounds on paper. Poor battery life is another big thing on this phone. With a 2800 mAh battery, it's just not enough for this spec'd out monster, and with a really high res display as well. The removable battery is nice to have, but the mechanism can get a little flimsy and can break over time, which is another thing that you have to watch out for. And with the likes of the Galaxy S7, OnePlus 3 and iPhone 6s in this price range in the used market, it's kind of tough to keep up. Next up is an often overlooked phone, and that is the Galaxy Note 5. And for one very good reason, it's actually kind of boring. It, like the S6 that I mentioned in the previous episode, is lacking a heck of a lot of Samsung features. MicroSD and IP ratings are omitted from this model, which makes it a lot less functional than the Note FE, which is a replacement to the Note 7, and even the Note 4. Also, a 3000 mAh battery in a phone this big with this many power-hungry features. Seriously. Sure, the Note 5 looks cool, but there are so many better options out there that this kind of seems redundant. The iPhone 5 and 5S are smaller smartphones that people still buy mainly because of their form factor. But in 2018, both of these units are on their last legs. The 5 is completely gone. The 32-bit SoC and low-end specs make it unusable in 2018 for anyone other than mum and dad. And the 5S is just hanging in there. If you've still got one, cool, but don't go out of your way to buy one as a daily driver anytime soon. The cameras are bad and the longevity in software is just straight up not there after iOS 12 for the 5S and is actually already gone for the 5. I would go for the iPhone SE if you want something in this form factor with its beefier internals and rose gold colour if you're lucky enough to cut one of those. Also, since the 5S is so close to the SE on price in a lot of used markets, it's kind of hard to ditch the SE and go for the 5S. Wet hair, what did I say? The HTC Ten is a phone that I really want to check out personally, just because it's got that powerhouse of a system on a chip, it's got that beast of a camera, it's got that great display, like it's a really cool looking phone. But there's something that really does stand out, and it's mainly down to the used version. It's not all sunshines and rainbows for this guy. The 3000 mAh battery was never huge and it would require replacing on a lot of used units. And I'm not going to complain about not having a removable back, that's just kind of stupid to talk about in 2018. It's actually down to the fact that this HTC is one of the hardest phones to repair in this era of device, and that means that whether you want to replace the battery, the display or anything else, you're going to have to seriously need to know what you're doing or pay someone else to repair it, which makes it a terrible value in my opinion. And finally, we have the Motorola Moto Z, a phone that our very own Kelsey had for a short while until he started experiencing a problem that plagues this phone, and that is the faulty Wi-Fi radio. Not only this, but when you go to install custom ROM software on here, it can cause a boot loop that's unfixable, and the device has been stuck in a boot loop for the past year, like the one that we have right now. Other things to mention is it has a tiny battery, it's prone to overheating, and it doesn't have a headphone jack, which might not matter for a lot of you, but it might matter for some. Anyway guys, that's been about it from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed this kind of video. Maybe I'll do some more lists in the future. Again, sorry for the shower hair, sorry for the buzzing if you've heard it. My name's been Ryan Thomas with Failtech. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, dislike, comment, subscribe if you're new around here so you never miss a video like this one. Also, please do check out my social media because that really does help me out and it's awesome. Also, thank you so much to my amazing patrons for your amazing continued support. You guys are awesome. I've been Ryan Thomas again with Failtech, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.